Biden calls for federal investigation of Elon Musk over relationship with other countries. I mean, the hypocrisy abounds with Joe Biden. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This guy is the same guy who was using his son to to do all these deals with foreign countries like Russia and China, where they got all this dirt on him, and he's getting kickback from these countries, and he shared a bank account with his son that got money from these countries, and he's saying that Elon Musk has a relationship with other countries. You can't. I mean, this stuff is madness. But before we get started, go ahead, hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, or hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Now, when you hit that alarm bell, you can change it from personal to all. That way, you get all the notifications for when I'm putting out stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description that has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And there's also a link to my Instagram where I put out even more news throughout the day. All right, let's talk about this news. President Biden called Wednesday for a federal investigation of billionaire businessman Elon Musk, who recently purchased Twitter with a stated goal of restoring free speech principles. I mean, this is how evil these people are. They hate it. They hate that he bought Twitter and he's allowing people to use their First Amendment right, which is to say whatever they want to say, and they hate that they can't control this. These Democrats are so anti-constitutional. But quote, do you think Elon Musk is a threat to U.S. national security? A Bloomberg News reporter asked Biden at his third solo White House press conference since taking office. Quote, and should the U.S. and with the tools you have investigate his joint acquisition of Twitter with foreign governments, which include the Saudis? Now, before I get to his answer, this loaded question here is so much in this question here. First, they said they investigating Twitter with tangle of foreign governments because of the acquisition of Twitter and their connection with foreign governments. First, you're not saying none of this about TikTok when we know that all of the data that comes from TikTok goes to China, who's supposed to be our adversary. He don't speak about that. Then he's not talking about banning TikTok. He's not talking about investigating TikTok. None of that stuff. And then he's talking about Saudis. The Saudis are supposed to be our allies. You know, they are the reason why we have a petrodollar, which they're about to get rid of now because of Joe Biden. But they throwing the Saudis under the bus and linking the Saudis with this when they talk about foreign governments as well. Like this is incredible, loaded question. I think they wanted the reporter to ask this question. This is a loaded question, but Biden says, quote, I think that Elon Musk's cooperation and or technical relationship with other countries is worthy of being looked at, Biden answered. Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that it's worth being looked at. Again, not TikTok, who we know they're taking our data and giving it to China. Not them, but of course Twitter. Quote, how? Another journalist followed up. Quote, there's a lot of ways, Biden said without elaborating. And of course he wouldn't elaborate because he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything. Biden is an idiot. But Musk, who also owns electric car maker Tesla and space exploration firm SpaceX, formally took over the social network last month, and Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal retained his long-standing stake in the company. And mind you, like, Biden keep disrespecting the Saudis. They're gonna keep pumping. They're gonna keep restricting the pumping of this oil, which is gonna hurt us in the long run. So he keeps opening his mouth and pissing the Saudis off. But Biden's own press office has said that Musk's acquisition of Twitter is not under federal investigation. His other companies received large U.S. government subsidies, though Biden snubbed Tesla last year from an electric vehicle expo at the White House, apparently because it lacks a unionized workforce. The president urged an investigation of Musk despite likening inquiries into his own family's overseas business relationship to comedy as possible Republican majorities in Congress pose the threat of oversight. And I hope they go into and actually investigate the whole Hunter Biden connection with China and other countries. But as vice president and during the years before, he was elected president. Joe Biden met repeatedly with his son Hunter and brother James's international associates, including from China, Russia, Mexico, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, according to records from a laptop formerly owned by Hunter Biden. And all of that has been authenticated. We know this is the case. And hopefully, we'll find out what's really going on, and we'll know of the deep corruption that's going on with the Biden family. The first son is currently under investigation for possible tax fraud, illegal foreign lobbying, and money laundering. And they knew about this for years. I don't understand what's taking this so long. We know this guy was lobbying for other countries, and he definitely did not sign any foreign agent paperwork. And when you lobby for these countries, you're supposed to go in, you're supposed to sign paperwork saying that you are actually a foreign agent for these companies, and you are lobbying for these countries. And he definitely haven't done any of that. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.